I want to tell you a little story. It's about an 8-year-old boy. His name is Garvit. He stays in India's national capital region with his parents. Garvit was going to his tuition class or coaching class. The teacher stays on the ground floor of the same apartment building. So Garvit took the elevator downstairs, just like he would do every time. But this time, Garvit's mother was not accompanying him. She was unwell. So she asked Garvit to go alone. Garvit took the lift. And within seconds, that lift unfortunately stopped. 8-year-old Garvit found himself stranded in an elevator all alone. Now, this is a nightmare a lot of us adults have as well. What if we get stuck in an elevator? What if we are alone? What would we do? What if the lights go off and no one comes to our rescue? And here you had Garvit, all of 8 years old, living that nightmare. So what did he do? Garvit recalled that his parents had told him how to react in such a situation. And so the little boy pressed the emergency button of the lift, but there was no response. Garvit then began knocking on the door of the lift. Again, there was no response. The 8-year-old tried shouting, calling for help. No response this time as well. Imagine the little boy's horror. But Garvit was brave. He did not panic. He recalled how his parents would also often ask him to keep calm during stressful situations. The 8-year-old decided to distract himself. And he did that in the most unique way. Perhaps something that is idiosyncratic to Indian kids. Alone in the stranded lift, Garvit opened his backpack that he was carrying to his tuition class. He took out his textbook and notebook and started doing his homework. I repeat, his homework. Minutes turned into an hour. Garvit continued doing his homework. Around 6 o'clock, the boy's tuition teacher rang up his home. Why hasn't Garvit reached the class yet? The teacher asked his mother. It had been an hour since the boy left home, you see. Garvit's mother panicked. She called her husband. He was not at home at that time. The parents began searching for their son. They checked with the building security guard, asked him whether he had seen Garvit leave the apartment. The guard had not, no one had. And soon they realized that the little boy was stuck in the lift. An SOS message was sent to the technical team, but it would take another hour for the technicians to arrive and rescue the boy. Garvit came out of the lift at 7 p.m., 2 hours after he got stranded. And all this while, Garvit kept himself busy by doing his homework. What a story, right? Garvit is more brave than most of us adults. And he probably handled that difficult situation a lot better than most of us as well. But the story is not just about his ability to handle that kind of stress. It's about how Garvit handled that stress as well, what his coping mechanism was. Homework. A horror that has followed all of us through our childhood. Like Garvit, most of our childhood was spent at school, followed by tuition classes, then homework, God forbid, tuition homework, and then back to school the next day. Those watching us from India will especially be able to relate to this. Like Garvit, most of us had tuitions on a Sunday as well, all the more on Sundays because school was closed, so there is a lot more time that the student had. During summer vacations, there would be around 30 days worth of homework, and then there would be school projects. While in middle school, there would be presentations that involved putting together assignments in clear files. While in high school, these projects and presentations determined the final school leaving percentile. In short, homework was always there, following students just about everywhere. to their family home during summer breaks as well, or to hill stations, or wherever the family was spending the summer. There was always a bag of homework on a child's back. Many of us would do everything in our capacity, in fact, to get rid of the homework, of that bag. We would try to finish the homework during free classes or lunch breaks or in the school bus back home. You know, just so that we could spend our time playing with our friends or doing something that had nothing to do with studies and academics. Garvit too, perhaps, was trying to make the most of his time that he had in that stranded lift. You know, so that once he got out of that lift, he could go out of the apartment into the playground or the lawn and just play with his friends, perhaps. Live his childhood. And in that innocent act of time saving, Garvit displayed a level of bravery that will be hard to match by someone of his age. We send all our love to this little champ. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.